Hi everyone, I'm Lauren Moffitt, Asia Net Zero Senior Market Reporter.
And I'm Ryan Ang, Asia Net Zero Graduate Trainee. Today, we'll be summarizing August's market movements for used cooking oil, or UCO, feedstock for both used cooking oil methyl ester, Ucome, and hydrotreated vegetable oil, or HVO, Class 2. First, we can see here the prices for finished Ucome and HVO Class 2 have started rebounding after reaching multi-month lows between July and early August. Recent gains across the biodiesel complex have followed an increase in vegetable oil prices, especially soybean oil, because of dry weather in the US, which limited soy crop expectations. Gains in gas oil values have contributed to the rise in outright prices for both biodiesel and HVO too. However, increases to China Ucome prices have so far lagged RR, as you can see here. This is largely seasonal, as demand for Chinese Ucome typically falls when winter is approaching. Because the cold filter plugging point, or CFPP, of Chinese Ucome is 5 degrees Celsius, it's less as suitable for use in the cold. Chinese cargoes booked now will arrive in Europe in October at the earliest, when the weather has already started cooling. But if we look at the price spread between Chinese RR Ucome cargoes, we can see it has far surpassed where it was at the same time last year, and in fact reached a new record high of almost $739 per ton in mid-August. One reason is the more than doubling in spot freight costs for 5,000 tons of Ucome cargoes from China to RR over the course of the year. However, even with increased spot freight costs, Chinese cargoes appear attractive to European buyers at current discounts, and we expect demand to rise in the near term. Now Lauren will bring you through the market movements for UCO.
Thanks, Ryan. Asian UCO prices have also been rebounding this month, largely following price trends for finished UCO-based biofuels. We can see here though that Southeast Asian UCO has been recovering a lot slower, widening its discount to Chinese UCO to its largest ever. Again, seasonal factors are salient. Palm oil-based UCO collected from Indonesia and Malaysia has a lower iodine value, or IV, of 50 and produces biodiesel with higher CFPP than Chinese UCO with an IV of at least 80. Therefore, Southeast Asian UCO is not optimal for use during the European winter. But perhaps more significantly, Indonesia's frequent U-turns on export regulations this year have left traders and buyers more wary of purchasing Southeast Asian cargoes. This heightened perceived risk factor has pressured demand and prices for UCO from Indonesia and Malaysia more than usual for the season. Taking a closer look at the Chinese UCO market, we can see that DAP China has increased more sharply than FOB China since the end of July. Domestic UCO prices have risen because recent COVID-19 waves in some regions, coupled with widespread power shortages in Sichuan province, one of China's main UCO suppliers, have reduced dine-in activity, resulting in lower UCO availability. Furthermore, biodiesel and HVO producers have faced increased competition from the animal feed sector, where producers have been substituting UCO for soybean oil in their formulas in response to high Chinese soybean oil prices. We can see here that Chinese UCO exports reached a new all-time high during the first half of this year, while Indonesian and Malaysian exports have slowed for the reasons mentioned earlier. Vietnam has been growing as a source region while Indonesia has waned, with similar volumes exported from the two countries during the first half of this year for the first time. Vietnam is attractive for buyers and traders scouting to expand coveted UCO supplies, as its product is a good quality with an IV between its Chinese and Indonesian or Malaysian counterparts. Geographically, it is also relatively easy to establish a supply chain and logistics network in Vietnam compared to in Indonesia or Eastern Malaysia. To capture this growing trade flow, Argus will be launching an assessment for UCO FOB Vietnam in the first week of October. If you'd like more information about this, feel free to reach out to us.
We've come to the end of this month's Asia Biofuels Market Wrap. Thank you for tuning in and see you next month.